Sometimes you have to work around literal buttholes, like this client I have today named Lance. And this dude just loves to nitpick people. You ever meet that kind of person where you can just tell they got bullied a lot when they're younger, so they use their money and resources to meter it out later on in life? You know, there's a lot of people on this planet and only so much time. You don't have to let everybody get to you, and you don't have to win every fight. This guy right now is a minor annoyance in my life, and I was thinking about him today because he was just vomiting out of his mouth all these silly, stupid little things. And my buddy is the one who got us the job, so it's my buddy's business, and I'm not trying to spoil that for him. But if I had it my way, Lance and I would be having a conversation. At the time being, he's just a minor irritation, and we could have that conversation, and still might, depending on how this next week goes. But it's a real thing we experience as human beings, where you're trying to just have like a normal conversation with somebody, and they have to keep interjecting these little things. Sometimes it's in a workplace where you don't have as many options besides basically quitting because you do some outlandish shit to somebody. And that is an option. You can pick that. Like, you could just turn on the water hose full blast and just pour Lance down. And I've fantasized about that a little bit. I think it would be kind of funny because he's a dickhead. But you also you can't let NPCs like this get to you. You know, you're gonna meet a lot of people over the course of your life who are just mildly irritating and annoying. And sometimes the biggest win that can come from that is being grateful that they're in your life, to remind you of who you don't want to be to other people and what you don't have to put up with on a regular basis in your life. I think a lot of times these people in our lives who come to frustrate us are actually put in our path to remind us of how to not curate our energy with other people. And with him, you know, the thing that he does is pretty innocuous until you have to be around him for a long period of time, and it's that his sense of humor is kind of like that workplace banter between men where you give each other shit, but he never sandwiches it in with any sort of compliments or anything polite. It's just like that slight kind of pathetic negging that you see guys do to try to make girls like them that never works with people. And so, you know, you can pick up on that. Like, I love to give my friends shit, and my friends love to give me shit. But there's a balance between being friendly and kind of trying to rile somebody up and just laying it on too thick. And so I think that for me, this is a circumstance where it's not worth ending a relationship with somebody who brings me money, which is my friend. And it would be very comical to go after the guy. But it doesn't need to happen. And so in this circumstance, I'm finding ways to make peace with the fact that this dude is just chiding, you know? And you may find that there are people in your life who are stealing your peace right now. And you know, if Lance was just some fucking person in my life, I would cut him out. But he's just some fucking guy giving us money. So I'm getting what I need from the relationship, and I'm thankful that I won't have to see him in the future. But there are people in your life and in my life who we have to learn how to navigate or release. And if you have really big, beautiful, strong dreams, you have no space for people like that in the long term. You have to cohabitate with people, and you don't need to get in a fight over it every single fucking time. And you do need to draw a line to respect your boundaries. Like, just a couple of days ago with this dude, he was acting like I was the fucking help all of a sudden. And I was trying to be polite and help him with something. And eventually he just started irritating me so much, I just dropped the conversation he was trying to have with me mid-sentence and fucking dropped the thing he wanted help with and walked away from the guy. I didn't even need to be helping him with that thing. I was just trying to be kind, and he was being a butthole. And he got the message, but, you know, he's back on it today because that's the only thing his subset personality knows. There are NPCs who are friendly and innocuous, and there's NPCs who are in the world to kind of be small enemies. And that's all this guy is, you know? If you have people like this in your life on a regular basis, it's really important to identify them and let that shit go and leave them behind. Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. But, you know, Godspeed. Live your life. Don't put up with assholes too much. Don't lose your peace or get in fights that you don't need to get into just because somebody's irritating. But if you decide to, go all out.